Hey everyone, CJ here. Hope you're all doing well. It's quite a surprise that the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 released earlier than I expected, but it's quite a welcomed one. This video is a week late from the trailer's release as of the recording, so let's get right into it. We start off with the team's new comic book accurate suit, and it looks pretty cool. Finally, good to see them repping a team uniform. Naturally, this story comes after the holiday special, as the team has their new ship and Groot has this new form too. We see that the Guardians have landed on what I thought was Earth, but it's either a new planet or it could very well be a unique side of Earth from the looks of things. As they arrive in a suburban town that's populated with anthropomorphic aliens, they mean no harm to the citizens. And then of course we see Drax being himself, taking the cake for the funniest scene in the movie, as he passes the ball way too hard, bonking this little one in the face, to which the people react by throwing rocks at the Guardians. Both the trailer and the leaked screenshots from the D23 trailer confirms that this will be a very Rocket Raccoon-centric story, as we'll be exploring into both his origins and history with the High Evolutionary. Here we get a quick shot at a very clever Easter egg as the Guardians play live Among Us. Nah, just kidding. It's confirmed by James Gunn himself that this is a reference to 2001: A Space Odyssey and not Among Us. It's only natural that we all thought they were all venting, so it couldn't have just been me, right? Bad joke aside, we then get a look at past Gamora with a Polaroid who, according to the leaks from the D23 trailer, might possibly be the new leader of the Ravagers, which a strong warrior like her would naturally rise up to power and be a leader. Something I was thinking about when getting this screenshot was what is on the picture. This might be too much of a stretch, but could the picture belong to Quill, who dropped in a scuffle with her in a previous scene? And could it be a picture of him and this universe's Gamora, making this Gamora think about why Star-Lord is so fixated on her? Something I was thinking about when getting this screenshot was what is on the picture. This might be too much of a stretch, but could the picture belong to Quill, who dropped in a scuffle with her in a previous scene? And could it be a picture of him and this universe's Gamora, making this Gamora think about why Star-Lord is so fixated on her? The next shot with the full Guardians team, including Kraglin and Cosmo, raises a few questions for everyone, especially why Peter is knocked out and being held by Nebula like any character carrying a recently deceased character. This started the theory that perhaps Peter will either die or choose to leave the team after what transpires this time around in the film's story. The most theorized character to die this time around is Rocket Raccoon, with the visual cues invoking the sense that his character arc will end with his passing. Him saying this quote could just mean that he's prepared himself to face off against the High Evolutionary, who he may have been frightened to see again after so long. That, or he's talking about something else. This shot where Drax is injured and Gamora is with Peter and Mantis could be some kind of prison or just the lair of the High Evolutionary they're trying to escape from. The biggest evidence the trailer gives to Rocket dying in this movie is when the camera focuses in on a close-up of him, in pain, reminiscent of the shot from Volume 1 when it focused on Groot in a similar way just before he blew up. Especially with Rocket talking about togetherness and flying into the sky with the other Guardians one more time. The camera cuts to a different scene, which could be the final scene with Rocket, if he is indeed going to die in this story. But whether it is Rocket or someone else, we can tell the story will make a very sad turn as we see Peter and Mantis mourn over someone on a medical table. We can see a quick look at Rocket's soulmate in the comics, Lila the Otter, and a cute shot of them spinning around, holding on one another in each other's loving embrace. After years of patiently waiting since the post-credit scene of Guardians Volume 2 from 2017, we finally have our first look at Adam Warlock in the MCU, who is meant to be a menace to the Guardians and created for the sole purpose to mess them up. When we get to the team shot of our main characters, we see all the Guardians but Cosmo and Kraglin, hopefully because they are elsewhere doing something else during the scene, and not because Kraglin is a character that dies in this movie, right? An interesting detail is that Gamora is with them this time, so perhaps she has come around to at least trust the Guardians enough to join them in the fight during the end of the movie, seeing as though Rocket is also here, meaning that this must be before they face off with the enemy forces. Next, we see a cool back-to-back shot of Peter and Groot, reminiscent of the very same scene between Groot and Rocket in Volume 1. That pretty much wraps up what seems to be another exciting entry to Phase 5 of the MCU. I wanted to highlight these lyrics when the movie title appears. We love the all of you. These lyrics make me think about how this story might have a message about accepting yourself despite what flaws or traumas afflicted you in the past, and see the good in the present, and of course within yourself. And with that comes the end of this video. But what do you all think? Excited for Volume 3? What theories do you all have? Write them down in the comments section below. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Bye bye for now, and I'll see you next time. Bum bum. Someone's dying. Bum 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 bum. The end of the movie. Bum 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 bum.